How we doing today, man? It's been, as you guys have been watching the channel, it's been a tough experience on this first XFA account that we've been trading. Right, the first one we've had. Right now, as based on the title of the video, I think I'm going to title it something along the lines of account almost gone. Today, we pretty much broke even. But I increased my risk on the account. I'm now risking $200 per day as my daily loss limit just because of the volatility. If I'm in a trade, I was just running to 150 being a little bit tight, even though the account doesn't have much room, right? If we look at today on the account, we locked out the other account. We have a fresh XFA waiting for us. I need to figure out when I need to take my next trade because I have to do one a month. But we just get in and get out. So the 25th. So we have about another week. We'll probably take a trade next week on Monday or Tuesday, 2 weeks from now. But we are on the account today. We took 3 trades, 2 that weren't really my model, and they were definitely just trying to make some money type trades, and then one all right trade that brought us back to even on the day. But not happy with today. Today was a little bit tricky for me. I just kind of sat on the charts all day, hoping for some sort of reversal on this low resistance liquidity and gear towards here. But I have to remember, right, what happened yesterday. We had a literal unseen move, a 2011% move in matter of minutes here, right? This was a 5-minute candle. This was another 5-minute candle. That's 1,000 points in 10 minutes. That's 5%. Then we went up 8%, right? After that happens, I should have expected today to be really bearish. Honestly, I think I was just going off market structure instead of just common sense, right? Market structure tells you that this would be somewhat bullish, right, when you see all this low resistance liquidity. But using my brain, I should have been able to recognize the fact that we would want to rebalance this move, or if not, just reverse it. And again, if you look at this chart, it's really not something that makes much sense, right? We kind of saw price action similar to this, not at the same volatility, but over here when we were just making different gaps. Can't really see it, but we were just making like different gaps every week, and we were just selling off hard, recovering the whole week, gapping lower, recovering the whole week. This price action was weird. I just can't wait till we start getting back to this more normal price action where you can read price action better, right? I'm starting to really kind of second guess my trading a lot more and being a lot more just lack of confidence. But yeah, yesterday it makes sense now why we were so choppy during the day, because I get the market. I believe the market always kind of priced in these moves, so it knew that we were going to rip, so it was just really consolidating. And then yeah, today I should have been either looking for shorts and not really trading. Tomorrow we have some news that we could be waiting for. And just really hectic week after this big move. Again, through experience, I know that these types of days are typically going to be choppy like this. Again, no real 5-minute fair value gap all morning, generating low resistance, or yeah, generating liquidity to the upside, just not really running anything. And I just kind of never gave up. Obviously, I took those trades. I haven't traded since, and I've been kind of just waiting, but I don't see anything. It's 12 now. It's way too late. I need to just get off the charts, eat, go to the gym, whatever. Go on with my day. But I kind of just couldn't give it up today. I don't know. There's just something that is just frustrating with this account, right? It's close to being blown. It's about $421 to draw down, which is really just 2 bad losing days. And we're down $1,000 on the account to bring back, right? Which is cool, right? It's cool. I've kind of accepted that this account will be blown, which I'm fine with. Again, I have this fresh one. I think what I will do is go to a combine and trade, maybe potentially, I don't know, maybe I just trade the Express account. Not really sure, right? We're gonna see what we think after we either get this account out of drawdown or blow it, right? Either way. But I've kind of just accepted the fact, especially with the volatility, just the way the market conditions have been. It's just been really tough time for me. I really, there's nothing else I can say besides the fact that I've just been struggling to trade recently. I've just not been trading too well. Today though, I was trying to take longs before seeing what would happen in this 30-minute gap. I needed to wait for this to get invalidated before trying to do anything, and we ended up taking a long. I'll show you guys where I took the long. I really liked what we got here. We got a change in state delivery after sweeping London. We got the first change in state delivery after sweeping out the low here. Or I guess, guess we swept that low already, but we re-swept the low. We had all the low resistance liquidity that I just wanted to see us end up running, right? This is from the news. We came up here. We did sweep the news high, so I guess I could have been more bearish, but I just thought that we would go up higher today, hopefully. We were holding this change of state delivery. We made a 5-minute order block change of state delivery as well, order block, and we got legs up. So I ended up longing right around here, and then I got out for whatever reason for a tiny loss, got back in around here, and then ended up closing the trade before just letting it hit my stop loss because I was like, this trade doesn't feel right. It's not my model. And I recognized it wasn't my model, so I just got out of the trade. And then the trade I ended up making back the loss from was something that I was looking for the whole time. I like this entry based on the price action. I shorted this inversion, went break even at this low right here, and then took profit. Whenever we failed to get this low, NQ took out the low on the actual NQ chart. So when we failed to take out the low, I ended up closing the trade basically for even, pretty much, because I trailed my stop. But I actually like this trade because it's following the trend. We got in here. The stop loss was fine. We had a 35-point stop, which at these days is a tiny stop loss, apparently. We were targeting 55 points, and we were down like 70 at the time, or 60-something. The reason I like this trade so much is because we didn't just fall through it, right? We didn't just fall straight through. We came in, rebalanced again. We had this 1-minute fair value gap. We were rejecting this 30-minute imbalance. We had these two lows right here, and we had this 1-minute order block as well that we created, and we inversed the last gap that was holding us right here, this last gap before this low. So I really like this trade. I'm actually happy with that trade. The other two were just focused on making money, which is, obviously not the goal. But then at this point, I was considering taking this trade. It wouldn't have been a loss, again, because we did sweep this low on the NQ chart. I was going to get in here. Would have gone break even around this high right here when we got the change state delivery. Would have stopped us at break even. So fine, not taking that trade. Didn't really want to take that one just because it was fighting the overall trend, and just kind of want to be more patient. And yeah, we just never end up getting anything. Right now we're just selling off. So now the day for me is done. I'm just locking the account here. Just kind of, what's the word? Talking through it live. That was the trade I took. But yeah, I mean, I'm having a hard time with the current market conditions. I was already beforehand having problems holding my trades and doing the simple stuff right. But now that it's so volatile, now that it's just a news event can pump the market 2,000 points in a day and go 11%, and that we can open 5% down three days in a row, like, this is a really hard time to trade, man. So I guess the point of the video today is just kind of give yourself some grace, man, honestly. If you're having a hard time too, like, obviously there's people winning, right? There's people can always be winning. There's like people always online winning. But especially if you've never been profitable, don't expect yourself don't think you're getting worse, right? I don't think I'm getting worse at trading. I think I'm just experiencing something that I've never experienced, which, is obviously going to make things harder. So give yourself some freedom to fail. Give yourself some freedom to be a little bit more confused in the marketplace. And just keep learning, right? You're probably not getting worse, right? I'm not getting worse, even though my results aren't doing great. The fact that I've had this account for 3 months is really good. And I mean, I'm down $1,000, but I was trading double the size for half of it when I went down most of it. And we've kind of just been chilling around even since like I've been trading one micro. I'm down probably like a few $100. But we're trying to slowly build it back and trying to slowly build that confidence and consistency. And you have to allow yourself the freedom to fail, right? We were talking about that before in another video. I was talking about how I need to allow myself freedom to fail, what do I mean by that? I mean, I have to allow myself to try and take my model and be calm and not take a trade today. And in the day, 72 cents negative. And in the day, red, not winning, not getting back at my buffer, not, getting back at my drawdown, right? I have to just be okay ending the day because there's no opportunity for me, right? Even though as much as I would love to progress my account, as much as I would love to build some confidence, take a nice win, to see green, I just have to submit to the fact that that's not going to happen today, and that's cool. But that's hard. That's a really underrated skill as a newer guy, or not even new, but like as a someone that's trying to finally flip the script on themselves, right? And one of the biggest things that I want to try and start doing, that I think I'm finally in a state to do, because I've got all the learning, I've got all the experience, I've got all the stuff I need, right? Now it's just about time. How long is it going to take for me to flip all the mental barriers and break all the mental barriers, right? Because I think a lot of things are really mental. And all the stuff that I see that I get on my TikTok feed and my Instagram feed and YouTube, a lot of the content I get is about your mental, about your mind, about, I don't really love manifestation, that type of thing, but I do believe it, right? I don't think that we should be going around and, doing more ritualistic things. I don't really think that that's something that's good. I don't think we should be doing rituals. I think that's a little bit, a little bit dark, just for my beliefs, right? If that's something that you find it works for you, is what you like to do, go for it. But I think of manifestation in a different way, right? I really do think, right, that you should just think positive, think abundant, right? And it's not like a beg, it's not like a ask, it's not a ritual. It's not, you don't go and do whatever. You just come into the day and remind yourself, I can do this, right? I can do this. I will succeed. I will keep working. This will work, or this is working, right? I can do this. I am doing this, right? Remind yourself this stuff. And a lot of the things that I think my problem comes down to is, my problem with trading has come down to the fact of a lack of belief in my trading, right? A lack of belief in my trading, lack of belief in my system, a lack of belief if it works, right? Because what have I been fed, right? Every time I go on TikTok, I see that dude Thomas that talks about quant trading and stuff like that. I can't stand watching his videos, because he puts the subliminal, oh, ICT doesn't work. And then he tries to give you all these fancy terms and reasons why not to. And I don't have the fancy terms and the fancy success and the proof to go and say that it does work, right, firsthand, right? I can say that Johnny or Justin or TJR or whoever else ICT trader makes money, but I don't even really know, right? I don't really know. I don't have my own results to say without a shadow of a doubt, right? So then you have this fear and this idea that, hey, maybe this doesn't work. And I think that belief has been holding me back, because I am a skeptic when it comes to most things, right? So when it comes to trading, I'm a skeptic. Does this work? Is everyone lying to me? Can people do this consistently? Are they just on a win streak? Are they getting lucky? Are they gambling, right? I'm a skeptic. And I genuinely believe that if I just flip my belief, right, that this does work, this is working, this strategy works, right? If I could really flip my mindset, I really think it would change my trading. And why do I think that? Because sometimes I see these people, and I think that the people that do the best with trading are the ones that just blindly believe, right? Not blindly, right? They do their backtest. I've done backtest. I've seen live data. I've seen it, right? I see it works, but there's still the skeptic in me. And I think that the people that do the best at trading are the people that they backtest and they see that it works, and then they watch a video and they see someone and they just believe it, right? But I come from the standpoint of, everybody online is a fraud. Everybody online is trying to steal your money. Everybody online just wants whatever, right? That's where my mind goes to instantly. That's why I make this YouTube channel, is because I really believe I can do this. I really believe it will happen, and it's happening now, right? I'm trying to reframe. When you hear me say something as if it's now, don't leave a comment that says, "Oh, you're not profitable." I'm trying to get my mind in a state of here, not there, right? If I'm always saying I will eventually, I will do it, it's telling myself that I'm not there. I'm not good enough. I'm not where I need to be. But if I genuinely can start to believe that I am profitable right now, I will start to become if I can genuinely believe, and I feel like I'm really close to really believing it, right? And you might leave a comment and say, "Oh, why would you believe you're profitable? You have no results." Fair enough, right? Say what you want to say. I believe in my heart, and I'm close to it. I'm not claiming that I really believe this yet, but I genuinely think that I can very soon convince myself that I am profitable, which I think will be the key. And this all sounds crazy, right? To anyone that doesn't believe that this is how the world works, the mind works, or anything like this works, then you're going to just think I'm crazy. But the people that understand where I'm trying to come from, and the people that understand the way that all these different mindsets and all these things work, it's just, it's how it happened, right? When I made this YouTube channel, it felt impossible that I could ever get views, but I knew it was possible, and I knew that I'd be able to get some subscribers, right? Again, I don't have 1 million subscribers, I don't have 100,000 subscribers, but what I'm doing has been working, right? Because I knew it would work, if that makes sense. If I didn't believe that I could do it, I would never post a video. I would never be able to do any of it, because I would be too afraid to post a video. I would be inconsistent, because I if I didn't think it would work, why would I spend every single day? Look through my channel. I post a video every single day. If I didn't believe that I could have ever succeeded when I had 0 subscribers, when I had 0 views, when I had nothing going for me, I wouldn't have been posting. So clearly I believed that it could work, right? Or I found a motivation, right, which was to just document my journey. And then I started seeing that it would work, and then I started believing it, and then it started growing. Now, again, this is my documentation of my journey, but now it's more than that. It's become my mission for trading, right? My mission for trading is to give undeniable proof that it will work. And I can't provide that yet, but I'm on the road to it. This is the whole point. So my point being is that I need to somehow flip the script in my mind and start to believe that I'm profitable, and start to believe that it works. Why? Because then when I get into a trade, I'll hold it. When I take a loss, I won't panic. When I take a win, it'll be just another day, right? And all these things that I focus on, losing, FOMO, not winning, blowing accounts, passing accounts, getting payouts, all these things will just become easier when I believe without a shadow of a doubt that I am who I want to be. And I think that's the final piece. And again, it will sound crazy, it will sound stupid, but that's the biggest thing I'm trying to put my energy and work on now, is just work on my mental, how I think about anything. If I want to be someone that does this, that, the other, I need to put myself in a mind frame that sets me up to win. And you're never going to get anywhere without the work, right? If you just say, oh, I want to have a nice car, do this, that, the other, be this, and you just wish for it all day, it's never going to happen. But what happens if you believe that you are there? If you believe that you're there, if you believe that you're making the money you want to make, if you believe, like I said, you're going to follow your rules, you're going to stay disciplined. If I believed that I was able to succeed on YouTube, what would I do? I would post a video when I need to post a video. I would record videos. I would edit videos. I would post on the channel, right? You have to be the person that you want to be before you're there, right? And it eventually will happen, just the same way that if I ever hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, it's not because I wished for 100,000 subscribers. It's because I believed, or I knew I could, and eventually it got there, right? Eventually, there is no tomorrow, there is no yesterday, there's no next year, there's no next month. There's only right now. There's only right now. It'll only ever be right now. You'll only ever be here right now. So when you realize that, yeah, you might be somewhere else in a year, but it's just right now, right? We go to sleep, we wake up, so we think it's a new day, but it's just the same moment. We just took a little break, right? You don't think it's a new day when you go take a 30-minute nap, but when you take a 6-hour, 8-hour nap at night, you think it's a new day. It is not a new day. You're still in the same spot you were. You're still the same person. So you never become something different. It's not a year, it's not a day, you're still the same person. When I'm making money trading, I'm in the same moment I'm in right now. It's the same continuous moment. So you have to genuinely believe that you are that person, that you are in the spot that you want to be, and you just have to have blind faith in Jesus that he's going to help you get where you need to be, right? And it's hard to do because you want things now. Why do you want things now? Because there only is now. Now is the only time there will ever be. So you want things now because that's all you know. You might think delayed gratification and I want something now. You get everything, anything you ever receive is now. It's just not the now that you want, right? And that's where it starts getting hard to, but everything you receive in your life has been given to you now. And what do I mean by that? Because everything will happen when it needs to happen based on your result, based on your work. If you work for something, you get it now, right? My YouTube channel has 4,000 subscribers right now. But guess what happened? A year ago, when I started posting videos, I would love to have 4,000 subscribers and get 2,000 views a video and have a community and have people that really support me and all this stuff. I wanted that now. I would have wanted it now. And guess what happened? Now I have it, right? It sounds crazy. It sounds stupid. It sounds like, oh yeah, obviously. But like, now I have it. All the work I did last year, all of that time I spent last year has brought me to this moment right here where I have the 4,000 subscribers, where I have my XFA account, right? All of that work has led me to right here because I started doing something before. I started becoming a person, and now I'm living in the body of someone that was created a year ago, right? Because that's all you have is right now. And I'm trying my best to explain it. I'm trying my best to really just paint the picture, right? I'm really trying my best to paint the picture because I genuinely believe, and this is why, again, this is my documentation so that I need this video to be out. This video has to come out. I have to talk about this because when I am receiving the things now, right, but then a year from now maybe, when I'm receiving the things, I'm living in the moment now, future now, whatever, and I'm doing well, I want to come back because it will only be possible because of flipping my mind. It will be only possible because I started to believe it, because I started to trust it, because I started to become it, right? You become, you get, you are, right? You already are. And again, like, unless you've been down the, not rabbit hole, but unless you, on this side of TikTok, this side of Instagram, this side of your brain, the books you read, unless you really are, unless you're with me, it's kind of like when people say, if you know, you know, right? If you know, you know, right? I don't know how to express it. It's everything. If I want to be someone that's successful, what am I going to do? I'm going to start living like a successful person. And I have things I can do better in my life. I've talked about this in a video before. I need to start posting on TikTok, right? Why? Why do you need to post on TikTok? Because there is so much opportunity on TikTok. There's so much opportunity to make money from ads or from views, from partnerships, from starting a personal brand. There's so much opportunity. There's no reason for me not to get on there. What's the only reason why I'm not on there right now? What are people going to think about me? What do I post? What if? How long is it going to take to get any views? What if I get no views? Newsflash: if I don't post ever, I'm not going to get any views, right? If I don't start posting, I'm not going to ever know what to post, right? Just like this channel, I started posting and now I have some results, and it snowballs, and we keep growing this, right? We have one thing going, just like training. We start training and we snowball the progress, right? That's good. Two things, but then I can get on TikTok, do the same thing, rinse and repeat. Then we can get on Instagram, same thing, rinse and repeat, right? Keep doing the things I need to do. Keep doing the things I need to do. Keep getting better. Become a person. Take people that you like, right? I really look up to TJR in the space. Maybe not first trading, but maybe forest trading, right? But I look up to TJR because I saw what he did. I saw how he did it. Started TikTok, posting all the time, right? I remember watching him when he was talking about his first big purchase, and it was Apple headphones. I mean, I can't afford those things, the ones that are like this, right? I can't afford those right now, but it's not like a massive purchase. I mean, I could go and buy them, but I would. It's not worth the money for me. I can't afford it. But I remember that was his first big purchase, and he was like, "This is my first big purchase," like blah blah. And then I remember when he first started getting watches, and I don't care about watches. I don't care about cars like that. I want to drive a nice car young because it's cool, right? It's greed. It's not something that I need to have. Hopefully, I grow out of that idea. But I'm not like a car guy. I just want to have one nice car. So that people, it's just because of what people think, right? I'm going to be honest. Just so that people think I have money, right? Because that would be cool, right? I hope I grow out of that. But I don't even talk about the watch, any of that, just because I cared that deep about that. I don't think I'll ever even really wear a watch. Again, it'll probably be something that you have just because, like, we're egotistical creatures. Again, I hope I grow out of these things. But I bring up TJR just to talk about the fact that, because this is a trading channel, yes. I post my journey. But this, I don't think you guys realize that what I'm trying to do and what I'm doing with this channel and what I'm going to do with my life is so much greater beyond just trading, right? Because if I just traded, and even if I was making good money just trading, I'm not providing any value to the world. I'm not even doing anything, right? I now with this channel, when I do make money trading, I can provide value to people because they can see it for real, so that people can really see it from start to finish. That's my whole goal with this channel. I started posting it for myself. Now I'm posting it because I have a dream in my head that when it's working, so people can see every single step and they can see this video and see me before anything. Like TJR didn't come onto this trading space till he had millions of dollars, right? Which is cool. But then it's like there's this level of where he could talk the same video about me right now, but he's doing it now and he has tens of millions of dollars, and it's like, cool, okay, you just talked about mindset, all this stuff, but it's like you already have all this stuff. I want to hear from someone that has nothing, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. Like, again, I don't think you guys realize this is a trading channel and this video is a little bit off topic, but I think that like this is one of the more important videos I will ever make because this is what it takes. I know that. Why does every successful person, this book, man, I brought this book up so many times. The Think and Grow Rich. It's stereotypical, but it's good. This guy interviewed 100 of the most successful people at the time, back like a few hundred years ago. They all say the same things. They all believed in it. They all had goals. They all worked hard. It's not a mystery. It's not a mystery. I know that you guys can feel me when I say this. I've always known I will be successful, and I am successful. I've always had that feeling, like not that I'm better than anyone, not that I'm better than people, but that I was great, right? Not in a I'm the best ever, right? But there's this burning feeling, itch, something in my brain that tells me do what you got to do. Become who you were born to become. And I think it's inside everybody, but it takes something, a trigger, a spark, something, a motivation. It takes something to snap that in their brain. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's parents, maybe something that's holding back. I think everybody has it, but if you know, I'm sure somebody watching, at least one person watching this video knows it. And that's where self-doubt comes in, because if you believe that, right, where does it come in, right? You start believing, okay, I'm special, right? Sometimes I'll believe that, right? I'll say, I'm special. I know I can be special. I know that this YouTube channel will be something special someday. I know that I'll be making money trading someday. I know that I know that I can do TikTok. I know that I can do a personal YouTube channel. I know I can do all these different things. I know that I can be special. I know that I can live the life I want to live. I know I can be the man I want to become. Right, and be, and am, right? I know all these things just somewhere deep inside me, and it transcends all. Anytime I get doubt, I remember that that's not me, right? I remember that's the thing. I think a lot of people have this idea that they can be better, and they let doubt kill them. Right now, I'm talking about this, and I feel like I'm an idiot. I feel like I'm an idiot because why? Because I have 4,000 subscribers. Who am I? Right? I look at my account, it's down $1,000. I've been doing this for almost 2 years. I've had no payouts, right? When you look around at the world, before you explode, before you flourish, before you blossom, basically, right? You're going to look at everything, and the world is going to it's testing you. It's going to say, hey, like, I'm saying all this stuff and I believe it, but then there's about 5% of me that says, it's not going to happen. You're going to have to go get a regular job someday. You're going to have to marry an ugly girl. Not that there's anything wrong with ugly girls, but you're not going to have the hot wife you want. You're not going to have the family you want. You're not going to have the job you want. You're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to do that. And you're not that guy, right? I look at myself sometimes, I'm like, and when I think about doing TikTok and trading, all this stuff, it's like, I'll never be TJ. I'll never have that much money. I'll never have that type of influence. I'll never be that inspirational. And it's like, where does that come from? Because why would I ever allow that to manifest itself? Why would I ever allow that to say, hey, I can't be that. I won't be that. I can't, right? Where is that coming from? Where is this I won't be this. I can't do that. That's not me. It's coming from where you are now, right? That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. The only reason you doubt something is because of who you are right now. The only reason I don't think I can be somewhere is because right now, where I'm currently at, my reality is I'm a nobody. I don't have views on TikTok. I don't have a personal YouTube channel. I don't make money trading. That's my reality. So it's like, who am I to say that I can be that? And that's why this video, it's like I can't even express. I'm talking all this game, like all this stuff, and part of me is like, what if I fail? What if I don't succeed? What if I can't make it? What if I don't become what I say I'm gonna do in this video, and that I'll be successful, I'll do all this stuff, and I look like an idiot? So what, right? Because that's the line. That's where everyone falls. That's where the people lose that think that they can do something special. That's where they lose. Because it would be so easy for me to now and be like, no, I'm not going to post this video because I just sound stupid. I sound like, full of myself. I sound all this stuff. And then what if I don't back it up? And what if it doesn't work? And that's where everyone falls, because they convince themselves they can't do it. We put ourselves in boxes that aren't even there, right? We build these self-beliefs that aren't even real. We say that we can't do this. We're not this person. We're not that person. We'll never be this. We'll never be that. You might not be this or that, but you can still get better. You can still succeed. I think it really comes down to how much do you believe and how much can you convince yourself? How much can you avoid the negative in the back of your mind that tells you you're not good enough or that you can't do it? Because right now, there's pieces of me that say, I can't succeed trading. It won't work. I don't have the control of my emotions. I don't have the skill. I don't have this. And then there's that part that says, I can do this. I know I can. I know I will be successful. Same thing with YouTube or TikTok or anything, right? Anything. I will never be a rich guy, right? Sometimes you think that I will never have money. But where does that come from? It comes from fear, comfort. It is way more comfortable for me to say, you know what? Let me go do something that I believe in. Going to school, getting a job. We all believe in that. There's not a single person in the world that doesn't think that if they go to school and they get a job, that they can survive, that they can eat and they can survive, right? They might find a wife, kid. I believe that. With trading, there's some doubt sometimes. Does this work? Can this work? Going to school, getting a job, I don't doubt that. I don't even doubt that with a single sliver. There's not a molecule in my body, in my brain, in my heart, in my soul, in my mind. There is no part of me that doesn't believe I can go get a job, right? So that's why it works. That's why it's safe, is because you know it will work. You know it's possible. That's why when you do something that there's no guarantee, you have to be delusional, right? Why does everyone talk about this? Because you have to be. You have to be delusional to do something like this, because you have to believe in something that you don't know to be true. You don't know to be true, right? Not that day trading doesn't work. You can find people that can show you proof, right? But that day trading will work for you, right? I'm sure that you guys believe you guys can go get a job as a janitor or become a teacher or something, right? And nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I know you guys know you can do it. Same thing. You don't think you can be a professional athlete. It's possible, but professional athlete, probably not, right? That's where our mind gets us. And that's the biggest thing I'm trying to talk about. And that's the biggest thing I'm trying to fix in my life, because that's where it's going wrong right now, is the belief. I still doubt myself. I had the other day, I was laying in my bed, and it's just like, man, how am I still here? How am I still in this circumstance? Because I'm not taking the steps to actively build my mind and build the person and become the person and be the person. I'm not being the person I need to be to succeed, but I'm slowly getting there, right? Progress each and every day. We don't have to be perfect, but we have to slowly build ourselves into that mold ourselves into the person that we need to be to succeed. I know, again, I just want to finish this video and say, I know for a fact, right? And again, I say this, and there's a little bit of doubt in the back, and this is where I need to work and get better. And this is why I'm documenting this. There's something in that I can't explain. It's something I can't explain. That tells me you can be great. That I can be great. That I am great. And that you're great. And that whoever wants to be great can be great. What does that mean? Does that ever mean I'm going to be the best looking, the best, most famous, the most rich? No. It has nothing to do with that. But it means I will always be striving to be better. I will always be abundant, right? Thinking abundantly, no scare. You will no longer live in fear. You will not live in fear. You will be the person you want to be. Everyone can be the person they want to be. Nobody knows what they want. There's no one size fits all. But we can all be the person that we want to be. And we can all get there. It's possible. And there's just something inside of me that I can't wrap my head around and can't shake that says, keep going. You will be. Right? You will be. And I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that entails. But I know that if I really show up and honestly put in my hardest work, I haven't been putting in my hardest work. Like I said, I could get on TikTok, I could start a personal channel, I could do all these other things. I haven't been putting in all my work. If I can start bringing 110% each day, the results will multiply, and we'll see. Long rant, man. I'm sorry, but I just need to talk about it because guess what? That did more for me than it will do for anybody in this video, right? Anyone that watches this video. Why? Because go have a conversation with yourself. Sounds crazy. Go have a conversation with yourself. What do you want? Who do you want to be? How do you want to be it? Right? And then figure out where are your limiting beliefs. My limiting beliefs, I can't be that. I can't do that. I can't succeed here. I don't have the personality for this. I don't have the personality to be liked on YouTube or TikTok or whatever. I don't have the ability to make money from the markets. I don't have the self-control, right? These are limiting beliefs that aren't real because somebody's doing it. Somebody's doing something that you want to do, right? And that's why I always bring up TJR as an example because he's doing something special, right? He might not even realize it anymore because you just become and you just are, right? And it doesn't feel special anymore because it's just you. It's just you. But what he's doing special, what I'm trying to do will be special. What you're trying to do, I'm sure will be special. Find something, find a reason, find a drive, and get after it because you're not battling other people, you're literally battling yourself. The amount of times I wake up with doubt, fear, anxiety, depression, stuff like that, it's real, but it's not real. It's not real. I'm not saying depression stuff isn't real. I'm saying because I deal with anxiety, depression, fear, imposter syndrome. I deal with those things. Like they're very real, but they're not. They're not real at all. I let them be real because I let them become me. They're not me. It's subconscious beliefs. It's practice beliefs, right? We practice when we do self-sabotage, we're practicing depressive states, anxiety, fear, imposter syndrome. When I break my rules trading, I'm practicing those things. I'm letting that be me. So it's real because you let it be real. And some people don't want to hear that. right? But I let myself be depressed sometimes. I let myself be anxious sometimes because I know, right? Sometimes those are good feelings. When you feel depressed, when you feel anxiety, when you feel fear, right? What do? It calls you to action, calls you to be better, calls you to really focus. What is it that I need to do? Why am I feeling this way? How do I not feel this way? And just do it, right? Whatever you're resisting to do the most is what you know you need to do the most. Obviously, use common sense. But if there's something that tells you in your heart that you need to be posting TikToks, or you need to get on YouTube, or you need to start this or start that, or talk to this person, or do this, or cut this person off, or do this, there's a reason why there's a reason why you think it and feel it, and there's also a reason why it's so hard to do. Is because whatever you want, the enemy, right, the universe, however you want to look at things, it was never meant to be easy. This was never meant to be easy. Life was never meant to be easy. All good things are hard. You become the person you want to be, and then you just are them. There is no tomorrow. There is no next year. There's only now. You have to work on things now so that in a year from now, when you are now then, right, you will be successful. Because we are the same person. Right now, in this very moment, 3 years ago, right? 3 years ago, where was I? All the things I've done 3 years ago, all the things I've done in my life up to this point have led me to now. So start doing things right now that will get you where you want to be in 2 years from now, because you'll be the same person. You'll be exactly who you're supposed to be. So if you think that you can do this, that, the other, start doing it, and you will be it. Genuinely believe that it is you, just in a different time, right? It's now, but future now, right? Believe in the future now. Believe in the future you, and it'll be there. Obviously, man, I have, I think, $2,000 to my name. I have 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have no TikTok presence. I have 250 followers on Twitter. I have, that's where I'm at right now. So we will see if I can become what I hope to become, and we will see. A year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, I will still be in the now then, but let's see what everything looks like, numbers-wise, success-wise, and we'll see. Does any of this actually work? Is it just something that the person online tells you, or is it real, right? This will be a real case study, a real testament, and we will get to see. Me and you guys will see together what's possible. Because I'm so tired of every person that's here and there and whatever, and it's just like, that's not real. They're not a real person. I'm a real person, I promise you that. And I want to get real results, real success, and just see what's actually possible for myself, because that's the only thing. At the end of the day, you can only believe yourself, man. You only know what you did. You only know where you're at, how you're feeling, what you're doing. I don't take anyone else's word for it, because so what? Even if they're truthful, what's that do for me? And I want you guys to really believe, and really ask yourself this: even if it is possible, if it's not possible for me, and if I'm not doing it, then who cares? You guys watch too many POV making $100,000 a week as an 18-year-old. You watch too many POVs buying my dream cars. You're watching all this stuff. Start doing something that you do that. Right? That's the start, right? But stop focusing on this stuff, man. Stop focusing on that person, their POV making $100,000 at 18 years old, right? I anytime I see that video, it's just like, cool, right? Because who cares? That's the biggest thing. Ask yourself every single day, who cares? Do it for yourself. Become who you need to become. And then you're no longer watching other people. You're no longer dreaming, wishing, hoping, thinking, is this possible? Can I do this? Wow, POV $100,000 in a week. Oh my gosh, could I ever do that? Yes, go and do it. Go and do it. Don't just watch everybody else do what you want to do. Go and do it. Take action. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. I appreciate it. Sorry for the long video, man. But again, this is my journey. This is my testament. This is my everything, man. We are watching something that will be. I really think it'll be. Again, man, and no one else has to believe it. There's not again, this is the last thing I want to say. Not a single person in the entire world has to believe anything that you say, that you do. The only thing that matters is what you believe in your heart, what you believe. I really believe that this channel is going to be something special. I really believe that I'm going to be something special. I don't care if anyone else says. I don't care what you think. I don't care about anything else, because I'm the only person that needs to see the vision, right? Nobody else needs to see it. Nobody else needs to believe in it. No one else needs to support it, because I know for a fact what I can do and what I will do, right? Because I know what's going on, right? This video will be special, right? I really, something that's in my head, mind, soul, body is telling me that this is a special time in my life, and just to get after it. So I will see you guys tomorrow, man. I really appreciate all you guys. Please subscribe. Please like the video. Comment. Let me know how you guys did today. Again, we went on a ramble, but that's how anyone that's watched my videos before, you all know that this is how it goes. I love all you guys. Tell somebody you love them. Go outside, do something fun, man, and come back better tomorrow. Peace.